Hello, everybody. Welcome to Film Talk, where we talk about just films, whether it's rotten or not. We're not talking about a rotten film, guys. We on this show we have talked about James Bond films in the past. We have talked. We never did. I don't think we ever did a review on James Bond, have we?
We did a watch along. We didn't do.
We never reviewed a Bond film.
I don't think so. No.
We only did a commentary, and it's a good thing we did the commentary on that film because it was shit.
The best one.
No, it was shit. Moonraker sucks.
Well, we did two of them. You guys did two. I did one.
Yeah. Because we did. Because I told promise you we'll do GoldenEye and no, we did GoldenEye and
Well, didn't you guys do an older Bond also?
yeah. We did Diamonds Are Forever and
There you go. Yeah.
ever and ever. Yeah,
Yeah, and we did Moonraker.
yeah, and we did that SAR piece of crap for a film.
You're
Um,
not gonna like my pitch for a sequel.
well, I may not. But anyway, we're here, guys. If you're wondering, we are here talking about the Timothy Dalton classic.
One of the two, right? He did
The
two.
one of the two he did, but it's a classic, The Living Daylights.
Yeah, as far as the Bond movies go, I would say this is one of the better ones.
License to Kill still's good. Uh,
Yeah, I know. I like both of the Dalton ones.
yeah. Like I feel License to Kill is the better one, but don't get me wrong. I like Living Daylights. I think this is a great. This is where we get into a not the kooky like the kooky crazy goofy Bond from Roger Moore. No offense, Roger Moore,
Right. Yeah. This was a
but
shift.
yeah. This is a shift. Like we got I mean, we still got a little goofiness with Timothy Dalton in this one before we got
Sure.
yeah.
But he's a more dangerous seeming Bond than Roger Moore was.
He
Because Roger
was
Moore was older and he wasn't able to do a lot of the action stuff.
yeah.
Dalton is doing a lot of like really cool action in this one.
He is, but you still feel like Dalton is trying to call back to the older Bond a little bit. The older, Roger
The
Moore.
more like the Connery, I think. Your audio is cutting out. I can't hear you. Yeah, sorry
You
in
now?
advance, everybody. Now I hear you.
I,
Sorry in
I just
advance, everybody, for all any tech issues that come up in
yeah.
this one.
I just got to the computer. I'm just not going to use this mic anymore. He can hear me well
Yeah,
anyway. So,
yeah, I hear you fine.
all right, but with Sean Connery, but I feel like with Dalton in License to Kill, I felt like he made it his own. That's the reason I like License to Kill better because it feels like he's not taken from other Bonds. He literally just did it himself. This is his Bond.
Yeah,
But
this is a good intro to Dalton as Bond. But
yeah,
yeah, License to Kill is the more fully formed Bond.
it's the fully formed Bond. It's the Bond that really I feel like Pierce Brosnan was trying to be.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we
I
got in
think
Golden.
he was in contention for this,
Yeah,
or
he was
one of
supposed
the.
to actually store crazy story. Um, Dalton was originally supposed to. This is the funny story. This is a true story. Dalton was originally going to be when Sean Connery retired. Dalton was they were giving the role to Dalton, but Dalton said, and I quote, "I don't want to take over after Sean Connery." He said that.
Mhm.
He said that, and I quote, he didn't want to. The only reason he wasn't Bond earlier is because he didn't want to take over after Sean Connery because he thought Sean Connery did say because Dalton is a huge James Bond fan of the novel, so
Okay.
he didn't want to take over because he felt like, man, he did like he was like, I hate to be the person to take over after Sean Connery because it's gonna be tough.
Well, it's
So
funny because like a similar situation, not like Pierce Brosnan didn't want to take the role. It's just he couldn't because he was on a show
he
at
was
the time. He
doing
was on
Remington
Remington Steele,
still, yeah. Like that the
which
reason
was basically his audition
it's
for
funny
Bond.
how the bond how we got the different bonds because the funny thing when Roger Moore retired, when Roger Moore hung it up, originally they
Mhm.
were going for Pierce Brosnan. Pierce
Yeah.
Brosnan was doing Remington Steele. So they went back to Dalton and Dalton said, yeah, I'll do it.
Hmm.
Don't know why
Yeah,
they did
and it
two.
wasn't until after Dalton that Pierce
Yeah,
Brosnan finally got
yeah.
his turn.
Because they gave Dalton. the deal was that gave. I think I may be wrong. This I may be wrong. I feel like they gave Dalton 2 films. They
Yes.
had him on contract for 2 films with Bond, and he got the two. He got that was The Living Daylights and License to Kill, and a lot of people hold these 2 Bonds highly regarded as one of the best. I feel like these are 2 of the best ones in the series. Um, but then once his contract is up, I don't think it was because Dalton sucked. Because I'll be honest, I hate when people go up and say, "Well, License to Kill sucked." I was like, "No, you just don't know film. You need to go watch that film. That film is actually pretty damn good. It's just it wasn't commercially successful because people didn't want to, it's during that era where they were trying to put out a Bond film every 2 to 3 years
Yeah.
instead of, vetting it a little bit, where that's what we got with GoldenEye because they gave it more time. And
Mhm.
instead of just casting Timothy Dalton, they just got a younger version with Pierce Brosnan, which
Yeah,
GoldenEye,
but
which
I almost still wish like they would have given Dalton at least one more shot at it.
agree. I think, in all honesty, I had this. This is what I wanted. I was like, because there was some people, there were some things that I wanted to happen. Like for example, I wanted like there was a part of me that wanted to like I was like, because spoiler alert, people in Skyfall, M's dead. So the original M is dead. Two Junior M is dead if you don't know, and don't get me wrong, Ray Fiennes is a great person to be the successor. I don't got nothing against Ray Fiennes. I would have loved it if they would have just said to just cast Sean Connery or Timothy Dalton
Well,
as
apparently
M.
the
It would have been
plan,
cool. It would have been
apparently the plan in Skyfall was the Albert Finney role that he shows up at the end of the movie and like they protect the little house
it
with
was supposed
him.
to be Sean
That
Connery.
was supposed to be Connery. They wanted
Yeah.
to lure him out of retirement and they couldn't get him, so they went with Albert Finney.
Well, I mean, at that time, Connery wasn't he
Well, he flat out said no.
well, he flat out said
I don't know how I feel about bringing the Bond actors to interact with one another. I feel like that breaks it a little bit.
it does, but with Dalton, it would have made sense to make him M because he's old. He can't do too much. Mallory, the whole point of Mallory was he looked at Mallory as this desk jockey, and it would have been cool to just say, he's not a desk jockey because he was originally a
But the second he shows up on screen, everybody's going to be like, okay, so is he Bond? And if he's Bond, where are the other Bonds?
yeah, that is true. But also as added bonus, this is people have a theory as a code maker and it's a code name, but
Yeah,
the
but that
the Daniel Craig Bonds are different because it's confirmed that this his name is
it's
James
his
Bond
name. Yeah,
because
his parents' name are Bond.
yeah, his
Like
parents
his
we know
last
his
name's Bond.
parents are Bond. So we know that this is not a content that theory is put to rest when you see those
Yeah,
gray stones. Like,
and
okay,
I don't think that's necessary. Bond is just Bond. He's a secret agent, whatever era he is in.
yeah,
You don't need an explanation for it.
this is true. Yeah. But here, guys, we're talking about Living Daylights. This is a classic. So when the first time you actually saw this movie?
Uh, Probably when I was like 10 or 11, my dad like sat me down and made me watch a bunch of them. And like I remember liking it at the time, but like at that point, like I was just like it was like just feeding into my brain like the Riddler's fucking TV, 3D TV from Batman Forever. I'm just like, yeah, I'm
More
taking these
power.
in, but they all kind of like mix together now for me. So like rewatching them, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this and this and this, but I don't remember it all happening in one movie.
Right. Um. So okay, my story's a little different. I remember watching this. There was a marathon on TBS, and I would watch this.
Mhm.
And the way TBS did it was TB. Well, it's not. Well, it wasn't TB. I take that back. It wasn't TBS. I watched this on
TNT.
it wasn't really TNT. It was Spike TV.
Spike TV. Yeah, that
Spike
makes
TV
sense.
had a marathon of James Bond,
Yeah.
and the reason why TBS did do it, but TBS for some odd reason didn't have. I don't know if they had the rights to the Living Daylights and License to Kill because all I got was Roger Moore and Sean Connery. That's all
Well,
you got.
you got the funny bonds.
Yeah,
TBS, because TBS they do comedy.
yeah. I got the funny bombs. They would
Yeah,
never get.
TNT had like Living Daylights and
Yeah.
Casino Royale and all those.
Well, I saw part bits and pieces as a kid of the Living Daylights, and I was like, I don't kind of, I didn't. Well, you gotta think, like when I was a kid, I enjoyed. Okay, here we go. This is a confession. When I was a kid, I did like Roger Moore's Bonds. I did like it. It was
Because
cool.
they're the best.
I really hated. I didn't like Sean Connery's Bonds. I was a fan of Roger Moore's. But as I grew older, I started seeing the kookiness and the bullshit about it. And then I started
Mhm.
loving Sean Connery Bonds more. But when I got to be, look, I'm gonna skip ahead. When I was in ninth grade, I really started having more of a respect for for not only Sean Connery, but Timothy Dalton because I watched both Living Daylights and um License to Kill. And this is now got now, ladies and gentlemen, this is back in the early 2000s where this is what I would do. So I had a cassette TV. You know one of them TVs with the cassette with the VCR in it?
VCR built in, yeah.
Yeah. I got some blank tapes from Walmart and I would record the entire because when they do a James Bond marathon, I would record it and I
Oh yeah.
recorded
I
the
mean,
entire James Bond marathon.
that's how I had half of my movies.
So,
I got very good at fast forwarding and
oh, I did
stopping.
too. I got very good at deleting it and then cutting off all the stuff in it. Like I really
Mhm.
got good at. I really was good at it. I had it to where I got everything to where I could like cut it and make it like a literal movie. Like, oh, I'm watching a movie. Cut the commercials. There it is. I was really good at it. But
Mhm.
I love doing Living Daylights. I tried to get all the it was so cool because I got all the bonds on a tape and I had it in my. I had a little desk. I had all the bonds in the little desk. Even Moonraker was in there.
The
Sadly,
best.
fuck that movie. Anyway,
They go to space.
that movie sucked. Anyway, I watched it and I really enjoyed it. And then I bought a DVD. I finally bought the DVD of it. And as I said, it was so I love both Dalton films that I actually bought them on Apple. So and I have it downloaded on my phone, so I was so happy, and I watched it on my HDTV, and it still holds up. So I like it. That's my first time watching it. It was a convoluted, bits and pieces, but when I fully got down to sit down on it, I love it. You know.
I mean, I have problems with this movie. Like it kind of drags a bit in the middle. You know,
Okay, I
it's
get it. I get it.
I don't really give a shit about like the plot at all,
Well,
you
I mean,
know.
the plot is
It's very generic and boring. It's
well,
like, oh,
okay,
he's trying to stop an arms dealer,
okay,
essentially.
okay. Well, as far as plot wise, I can see why you have problems with it.
I was just bored. It's not problems with the plot itself. I was just bored,
You're
you
bored with
know?
the arm still, but it was still
Yeah. I didn't give a shit about anybody but Joe Don Baker.
yeah, and he got shot.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So I get it. I
He's a
get what you're
fucking
saying.
lunatic.
I get
That
what
guy
you're
should have been in more of them.
yeah. But I mean, okay, let's be honest.
Motion detected.
The Dalton films was dealing more with you gotta think this is like during that 90s, like the
You know, you- they were
early
trying to deal
80s.
with real life issues. That's why they had the Mujahideen warriors.
Yeah, it was more dealing with real life issues because you
Yeah,
gotta
it
think,
was like the same thing. Rambo 3 did the same thing.
yeah.
They had the whole subplot with the same people.
And it seems like I don't know what it is, but it seems like Dalton Bonds was dealing more with drugs than anything, drug smuggling.
Well, the drugs came in later because it's like an arms deal movie. Like they're selling guns.
Yeah, but they're selling
And
opium. They're trading the
well,
opium.
the Mujahideen are selling opium to pay for guns.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and then if you look at License to Kill, it's literally about a drug lord who literally owns half of Cuba.
Well, I mean, it was the 80s.
Yeah.
This
So
drugs
this
was
is
everything,
this is
man.
basically what they were doing. It's the drug. Both of them were about drug lords, or technically drug lords. One's trying. Both of them actually were trying to get weapons. If you
But
look at it,
but on this one, the drug dealers are on Bond's side.
fair, fair.
Like it's not really because it's not really like Bond versus drug dealers. It's Bond versus arms dealers, and he's working with people who have been forced to resort to selling drugs in order to pay for their rebellion
Yeah,
against the bad guys.
yeah. You're right.
Because it
I
was like
mean,
it's in the height of the Cold War, so like the Russians are the bad guys.
this is true. This is true. Yeah. Now, we we could talk about this, but we do know
What?
that this film has some actually, some, you know,
Questionable,
huh?
questionable aspects.
That is true. Right, you could say braces, things
Yeah, there's a little bit.
a little bit. Um,
There's
but
also there's also the thing like the same thing with Rambo again. Like Osama bin Laden was in this group of people that Bond is working with, essentially, in real life, not in the movie. Like Osama bin Laden doesn't show up as a character.
this is true. This is true. This is true.
This movie isn't dedicated to them though, the way that Rambo was.
You really went there, did you?
Hey man, look, when Bond hijacked that plane, my mind went racing.
Well, I mean, this has Art Malik, and you probably recognize him from another movie.
Who
Art Malik,
who did he play?
Cameron Shaw.
Oh, he was like the main guy.
You don't recognize him?
I did, but I couldn't pinpoint where from.
Crimson Jihad.
Oh, he's the Crimson Jihad.
Yes, yes,
Of course, from True
yes.
Lies.
That's
Of
him.
course.
That is him.
Before people think we're just screaming Crimson Jihad. We are
That's he's the leader. Yeah.
he's the leader, yeah, of the
Yeah. I
terrorists
had to. I
in
do.
True
No,
Lies.
when I first saw that, I remember I first saw that as a kid, and well, I remember I saw that as an adult, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that's Crimson Jihad. What the
I should
fuck?"
have recognized that forehead.
Yeah, yeah, I recognize. Yeah, I just well, he seems cool, but he seems he seems so cool though. He's just
But
so
is it
nice. He's
I just
so
like
nice.
is it like one of those things where he was like he's just like a Hispanic guy who keeps getting cast as terrorists
Yeah, I
in
know, right?
movies?
But he was so nice in this film. He was just nice. He was just like,
Yeah, he was like a rebel leader.
yeah, yeah. He just
I
told.
love yeah, that first scene where they like break him out of prison.
Oh yeah, that was right. They don't kill you now. I was like, oh shit. Not now. Later. Okay. Yeah, but it's just so funny when he just flipped in a second. And you're just like, I'm sorry to do that. That was from my Oxford days. Really? You couldn't talk like this when we're outside.
He's playing a role, man. He's playing a character.
I know,
He's
but
gotta
he
keep it
just
up.
dropped it in 2 seconds. I know.
Yeah, they were in their little hideaway, you know.
Okay, the racist part we're talking about is when they came. Yes, when they came when at the end, and he asked, "Sorry, we had trouble at the airport." Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah, I would believe why that was so racist. Why did they have to come in there with bullets and what?
I mean, yeah, this it was the 80s. There's some problematic stuff. I mean, there's a statue of Hitler in this movie. Don't
Yeah,
forget.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That was insane, by
Yeah,
the
that
way.
was the same.
When he opened that door into the Hall of Butchers.
You want to know something? You want to know something? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Forgot John Ray's Dandies.
Yeah, yeah. He had
Stop
a ha he had a habit of playing characters that were not British.
Well, I mean, sort of British. He still had that British accent.
I mean, yeah, he does. It's hard to shake it.
Yeah, it's hard to shake it.
Fucking Gimli, man. Like, I watched that new Indiana Jones movie, and they brought him back, and I was like, they didn't need to.
They didn't. They
They
didn't.
could have left him on the table, you
They,
know?
they, they could have just like, yeah, I don't need to come back. Why the fuck do I need to? He's like,
He was
why?
only in two of the movies.
Yeah, he was cool. I like the. I
Yeah.
just want to remember him in as Sala. I was like, don't get me wrong. I don't hate the new Indiana Jones movies. I just wish they just stopped trying to bring back people that we don't need. And I felt like I just want to remember certain people in the last good Indiana Jones movie, which was Last Crusade. So stop bringing back people and stop ruining my childhood Hollywood.
You're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me for saying this.
What?
I recently rewatched all of the Indiana Jones movies, and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is fine.
You need to go fuck off, you
Dude,
fuck. It sucks.
it's just as good as Temple of Doom, I feel
Oh, I
like.
hate you right now.
Temple of Doom is
Sucker
goofy
Punch
as
was
shit, and
Sucker Punch was an amazing film.
it's got one of the most annoying characters ever committed to film,
Sucker
which
Punch is an amazing film.
I mean now you're just talking nonsense. In my opinion, there hasn't been a bad Indiana Jones movie.
Okay, we're guys. We'll eventually, probably next season, when we come back and do Is It Rotten, we're definitely going to do the entire trilogy of Indiana Jones, which we could watch on Disney Plus.
Are any of them rotten?
I, I don't think Temple of Doom
I
is.
can I don't believe Temple of Doom is rotten. Temple of Doom 77%.
Fuck. Okay. But we're not talking about Indiana Jones. We're talking
Kingdom of
about.
the Crystal Skull is 77%.
Damn it! Fucking
Critics
shit.
agree with me.
No, they're
They agree with me. It's equally good
It
to
equally
Temple of Doom.
sucks. All right. So
77%.
so like I said, this film has a lot of stars in it. It has people that went on to do other films. It literally has General Koskov. General Koskov was Georgy Koskov. Yeah, you probably remember him from another film, a film that sucked that you actually like. Deuce Bigelow,
Go on.
American Gigolo.
Yeah, great movie.
Sucked. He was the dag on this. He was the damn inspector.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Great movie.
That movie sucked. We reviewed it.
Yeah, it was good. We agreed. We all agreed.
We
98%.
agreed that film sucked. You put it through
98%.
hell.
That's my new bit. I'm gonna be just like revisionist history guy. Every bad movie. You guys loved Krippendorf's Tribe, remember?
No, we didn't. We thought it was shit.
We all loved it.
Wow, you're crazy.
We didn't understand why they didn't make 3 sequels.
You're crazy.
Krippendorf's World.
All right, but we like I said, there's a lot of people that went on to do stuff. I don't know.
Okay, Jack's dad from Lost is in this.
It is. It is.
Yeah, he's Felix.
Felix.
John Terry.
Oh, forgot
Yeah,
about that. Yeah.
he's Jack's dead dad from Lost.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's always walking on the beach and being an asshole.
Felix is in this. I keep forgetting Felix is in this damn film. Like
Yeah, yeah.
funny story.
He kidnaps Bond at one point.
Yep. Funny story. The Felix in License to Kill, that was his second time playing Felix. He played
Doesn't he
Felix.
die?
Huh?
Doesn't he die in License to Kill?
No, he actually still alive.
Which one does he die in?
He dies in No Time to Die.
No, he dies in another one too.
No, that's the
An
only one
older
he dies
one.
in.
Are you sure? I feel like Felix dies in one of them.
No, he don't die in
You
License to
might
Kill. He got his leg bitten off, but he was still
that
alive.
might be what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, his leg was bitten off. Yeah, because they took them on a nice honeymoon. See, we could have been talking about License to Kill and Benicio del Toro. in that
We're
film.
gonna talk about Benicio del Toro in fucking License to Kill. If we can talk about nothing else, I'd be cool with talking about License to Kill. Because I don't want to do both Dalton Bond movies.
No, that's interesting. I understand. We'll let's get back on track. So,
Yes,
Living Daylights. I was wondering as a kid why the fuck this film was called The Living Daylights.
because the
And
book.
huh,
Because of the book.
but I was wondering why Ian Fleming was naming this The Living Daylights. And Bond legit says it at the beginning of the film title card, and Little said, "Here she was, I must have scared the living daylights out of her." I was like, "Oh, he
I,
said it. He
I
said it."
haven't read the book, but I imagine it makes more sense in the book.
Yeah, it probably does.
In the
And
movie, I also think the movie only like the first half is an adaptation.
yeah, yeah. So
Once he starts dealing with the Afghans, then it becomes a whole new thing, I think.
I mean, like I said, this is a film that has layers on it. Um, like fake kidnapping. Um, it's like they're trying to get a war started with the KGB for some odd reason. I don't get it. It just
It's all just like Cold War shenanigans going
it
on.
is it is.
Everybody's like, "Oh, I want to pull the strings with these people so that these people will think that this is going on." And it's just by the end of it, you're just like, "Okay, Bond is working with these guys to shoot these guys out of the air,"
Yeah.
and that's all anybody gives a shit about in
Well,
the end.
I mean, I like the part where you know, Pushkin literally is in the ground. He's literally talking to him. He said, "You are a professional." He said, "I'm just as much in the dark as you. Who do you believe, Koskov or me?" And then he just said something that's real. And will get into this. Is probably my favorite line. He said, if I trusted Koskov, we wouldn't be talking right now. I would have killed you like on the alley or something." Like Bond just literally told him, "I wouldn't even be talking to you, motherfucker. You'd be dead."
Bond is like throughout this movie, he's being like uh underestimated or
Yeah,
misjudged.
yeah, he's being misjudged. Like he every move he makes is not stupid. He knows.
I mean, he's Bond, so he's doing everything, correct. And everybody's just like, "Oh,
Well,
Bond, you don't know what you're doing."
see, this is where remember when I was debating about Kyra being the best Bond girl, and you see it in this film where she is one of the best Bond girls. She saves Bond.
Yeah, she starts off a little rough, but by the end of it, she's like solid on her own.
Yeah, she's strong willed. Like
Yeah, but it's just early on with all the cello bullshit that I just like I don't care.
I get it, but that
Yeah.
also puts more interest in her because she's unlike like I remember when I was arguing for that, I actually was thinking Pam Bouvier would have been a perfect pick because Pam Bouvier is a good Bond girl. The only problem is Pam Bouvier is worked in the military and she's built for this shit. Where
I don't have
Kyra,
any I don't have any issue with the actress in the
oh, she's
movie.
beautiful.
It's the role itself that is like uneven. Like the
Yeah,
first half, she's like a damsel in distress.
yeah,
And like Bond has to constantly be on top of her and like saving her and like dealing with all of her bullshit. And
right,
then in the second half, she's fully capable. She's like driving the car on the runway. She's doing all kinds of stuff. She's
yeah,
driving onto the plane. Like she's a fully badass Bond
yeah.
girl.
She's a badass. Yeah, she's flying the
Yeah, but
plane.
it takes a while to get
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And I think that's part of like the fact that they adapted The Living Daylights for the first half, and that character in that story is probably like not very strong.
Uh-huh.
And then by the second half, they were like, okay, we've got this character, and now we need to start doing shit with her.
Yeah. And they did it.
Yeah,
And
it worked out.
and it worked out. And I think that's one good thing about the Dalton Bonds is the women are strong willed in these films. I think the women are more strong willed in these two films than about the whole series. You know?
Yeah, Bond historically not the best for female characters.
No, no. All the female characters are always a damsel in distress or
Most, not all. There's like a handful that like stand out on their own.
they just look good.
No, like in the especially in the more recent ones,
Madeline
like
Swan was a damsel in distress.
Vesper Lynn was awesome. She's a really
Vesper
good
Lynn
character.
also was a damsel in distress.
She was, but she was also like a very interesting character.
She was interesting, but still damsel.
Look, they're always damsels in distress because it's always Bond has to save them.
He was getting his balls punched.
This isn't Mission Impossible where they have like badass female characters.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So what I already said my favorite line. What is your favorite line?
Oh, this is easy. Something we're making for the Americans. It's called a ghetto
Ghetto
blaster.
blaster.
When he said that, I lost my fucking mind. I forgot that that happened in this movie.
It's called the ghetto blaster. Oh man, Des.
This is
Oh
the guy shooting a fucking boombox at a mannequin. The only bad part is that it doesn't come back.
yeah, it doesn't.
He should have used it against the plane.
What is that? It's a ghetto blaster.
Yeah, he's just like searching for a weapon and he comes across a boombox. He's like, huh.
Ah. Oh boy. Well, I mean, wait a minute. John Cleese was eventually became well, not Q, right?
Well, no, he became a different character. It wasn't called Q, it was called something else, right?
Well, he was Q in. No, he actually was Q in the not Die Another Day.
Was he? I thought they gave him a different character's name.
No, he was Q. He was taking over. He was R. Well, he was basically R in the because he was taking over for Q. Q was retiring.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Q.
I thought that he played a different character for some reason.
No, he was Q in Die Another Day and even the games. So John Cleese was it.
Hmm.
He came up with my favorite line in that film, my only favorite line. Wish I could make you vanish.
We should do those movies.
Oh boy, that movie sucked.
We should do only the bad James Bond movies going
No,
forward.
no, we got to do some good ones eventually. You're just mad because
We did one. We did this and we did Moonraker.
you mentioned that. Ha ha
Hmm?
ha.
I said good Bond movies. We did two good Bond movies.
You said it was bad.
No,
Okay,
I didn't. I said it was good.
you
I was coupling it with this movie that we're talking about, which I think is a good movie.
never do
Good
that.
movies. They're both good.
Moonraker sucks. All right,
Moonraker, they go to space.
who gives the fuck? Play
It's
fucking
important.
Nightfire. So, favorite scene. What's your favorite scene?
It's the ghetto blaster scene. No. Honestly, it might be that whole opening sequence.
The who?
Like the skydiving and the fucking the ambush of the whole training sequence and then
Yeah,
Bond on top of the car. Like that whole sequence is awesome. Where he's
yeah,
like and he parachutes out of the car after driving off of the cliff
yeah. It's
and
like
then lands on a lady's yacht and sleeps with her.
yeah, I remember that.
He's
That
like,
was
I
fun.
might need two.
You better make that too.
That's right. Yeah, better make that too.
I'll report it now. Won't you join me? You better make that too. Damn, Bun, you need 2 hours.
And then right into Aha.
It would have been funny. Make that an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, let's make it 87 minutes. This movie had really good music, by the way.
Oh
I
yeah,
really
it
like
did.
the score.
Yeah, the score was really cool. Speaking of the score, my favorite scene is the airport scene where they're trying to literally get like Kyra's trying to get on the back of the on the back of the airline, back of the plane. That scene is actually pretty cool. I like that scene
That
because
whole end sequence is like Uncharted, man.
yeah, yes. Like that scene where Necros is literally like trying to kill Bond. I like that scene where they're hanging off that scene was
That was crazy.
that was crazy.
People
And
did that, like for real.
yeah, I can't believe he was like you could hold the tip. You felt Necros when he was holding on to his shoe and Bond just literally took
Like,
this knife and he
no,
was like,
Starts
No.
chopping his shoelaces.
He just looked at him like, no, no, no.
Dude, that was great.
And then if you listen to it, if you keep listening to him, like, yeah, he was like, ah, and then it just kept going out. I was like, you're okay. Cut. I don't know if they said cut. I said, okay, that's too much. Cut. Keep it in. It's fine.
And then they like skydive out of the back of the car, out of the back of the plane.
It was cool.
It's like fucking Fast and the Furious, man.
Fast and the Furious literally took some stuff from Living Daylights, and I feel like Bond should sue.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
That was a cool sequence. That whole ending sequence was
The
good.
action in this movie is good.
Yeah,
There's a
it
lot
is.
of good action in this movie.
Yeah. I didn't like when you saw John Doe Baker,
Joe
Whitaker
Don Baker.
Baker, yeah. When Whitaker came out with when you thought Baker, you thought when Whitaker popped up, you thought, oh, Bond's gonna take him in, and no, that motherfucker put up a fight.
Yeah,
He put up a fight. He like, nah, you ain't taking me down. I'm gonna fuck you up.
yeah. I'm gonna fight you over my models of old wars. What
Yeah.
a fucking lunatic that guy was. I'm telling that guy should have been in all of this movie. Like he should have been all over this, like fucking Mads Mikkelsen in Casino Royale.
Yeah, that's sad. Well, he was so good that they gave him another chance in a future Bond film, which was GoldenEye.
Joe Don Baker was in GoldenEye?
Yeah,
It's been a long time since I've seen GoldenEye.
he was in GoldenEye. I swear, he was.
I believe you.
Yeah, he was in
I don't
GoldenEye.
remember.
Actually, I'm actually wrong. He was not only in GoldenEye. He was in. He was in. Tomorrow Never Dies too. Came back.
Really? Same
Wade.
character?
Jack Wade.
Hmm,
Jack Wade. CIA. That was his name. Jack Wade.
weird.
Yeah. Go watch it. I mean, go watch it. He's in that film.
I'll watch it. I'm just not in a rush.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I just am sad that they didn't bring him back in World Is Not Enough because that film needed a lot more substance because that film sucked ass. Fuck that film. That made no sense. Once again, I don't get why people think oil is a good source of fun. It was boring as fuck.
I mean, oil can be fun. Like, remember the transporter?
Yeah.
Remember when he's sliding around that oil?
Yep.
Pretty
Mhm.
fun.
Yep. All right.
If Bond
So
did that, it would be pretty cool. Just saying. Now, if Jason Statham was Bond,
that would be boring.
it wouldn't be boring. It would just be really fucking weird.
Yeah, he would just be talking too much. I was like, will you kick? I'll just start fighting. He said, will you kick my ass already? I don't got time for you to
It's
talk.
like, oh, I'll take a martini, shaken, not stirred. It's
No,
just
you
too
will not.
intense. It's
No,
too
no,
intense. I can't see him drinking a martini.
no, he feels like, what do you want? A Heineke.
Fucking scotch.
No, no, I think he would. No, there was one scene in Casino Royale where the man asked him, he's like, so what do you want? Vodka martini shaken, not stirred? Do it look like I give a damn? All right, Scott, what would you rank this? How would you rate this film?
We again, I don't think we do that on this show.
Oh, yeah, we don't. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I don't know how I would rank. As far as Bond movies go, it's higher up than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I I probably like this one better than like a couple of the Craig ones, which are generally my favorite Bond movies.
Yeah. I mean, I would say Craig, I feel like, in all honesty, I feel like with Craig made, in my eyes, two and a half good Bond films. And
That's about right.
yeah,
Yeah, I would
because
agree.
I think I believe that Casino
Quantum of
Royale,
Solace is boring as shit. Speaking of oil,
yeah, that film sucked ass. Like I feel like Casino Royale, Skyfall, and half of No Time to
No
Die
Time to Die. Yeah,
is a
I would
good.
say half of No Time to Die and half of Skyfall, or like two-thirds of Skyfall.
No, Skyfall was amazing. I love Skyfall. I think
Yeah, I just
Skyfall was
think I
good.
think there's a lot of like Joker shit going on.
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay. If you want to talk about Silva, that's understandable.
That's where
That's
my issues
understandable.
come
I
from.
think Silva literally was more of a Joker type of villain, and
He
I get
is.
that. But the performance of Judy Dench and just
Yeah,
didn't.
I love Skyfall, but yeah, I just I have issues with that. I have issues with No Time to Die.
Yeah,
I have more issues with No Time to Die.
yeah.
So
I did too, and I feel like No Time to Die was like half good because there were like I literally was like, okay, cool, because I like the whole thing about No Time to Die of this is a Bond. This is Bond is literally coming back in to the country. He's trying to come back and save it, and he's coming out of retirement and he hasn't done it, but he's still good at it. But he's coming out and somebody took this job and he's
yeah, but
trying
the
to.
villain is so boring in that movie.
It is. That's the only issue. That's a big issue to
That's a
Bourne.
big issue.
That's a big issue.
For
That
the
was a
last Bond movie with Craig, I mean, you got to have a villain
good
attached.
villain. Like I felt like I was watching this like, so let me get this straight. This is a reverse Doctor No. I said, yeah, this sucks.
Yeah,
You legit made congratulations. You made Doctor No. Mm-hmm.
you made
Like,
Doctor No, but shitty.
yeah. Like I prefer Doctor No from the original film, but that's basically what I told people. Like that's basically what they did. They reversed. Basically, what they did was they reversed Doctor No. They
Well,
basically
it's like they were trying to do what they did in Star Trek Into Darkness with Khan, where they were like trying to fool the audience, and the audience immediately caught on. So they're like, actually, it's not Doctor No. We're just gonna never say that it's Doctor No.
it's Doctor No. I literally
It
said
is, yeah.
Remy Malek is Doctor No. I literally looked
It
at him like
it
this is
should have they should have just been like from the start, yeah, we're doing Doctor No again, the way we did Blofeld again.
well, yeah, exactly. Like oh, his name. This is not Blofeld. His name is. I said, it's not Blofeld. It's Ons. I said, no, that's Blofeld. It's
It's
just a
like stop
stupid.
trying to trick us. We
Stop.
know you were going for the fucking nostalgia. We get it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, because when I heard that they were doing, when I heard Spectre, and I was like, oh, cool. I can't wait because we're bringing back Spectre. This is
Mhm.
cool. And when I saw that, I was like disappointed with Spectre. I was like, this film is boring because you got Dave Batista playing who was a big guy, and you kill him in the next thing.
Oh, imagine if he had been Blofeld.
That would have been cool.
That would have been so awesome.
That would have
Just
been
like a
so awesome.
super badass
I would love
Blofeld.
to see him. It's like he would have just killed he would have just killed Hans like he would have just killed Blofeld, did whoever was playing Blofeld, and he's like, hey Bond, actually I'm Blofeld. Yeah. Um
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. And then he crushes his head
yeah.
with his bare hands.
Oh, Dave Batista. Dave Batista, if you want to come on this show, we would love to have
He
you.
he deserves better,
He
man. Like
does.
he's so good in so many roles, and then like in Bond, they just have him be
Still
this character who doesn't say anything
didn't
and
say
dies
anything.
frequently.
Yeah. I mean, he's so charismatic. I was like, you wasted Dave Batista. You just wasted Dave Batista.
Hey
He's not
man,
just somebody just don't talk. The guy could dog, guy fun as hell. Let him talk. He may talk like everybody. I think everybody look at Dave Bautista like he's just dumbass. Just let him play dumbass characters. I mean, the man is not
that's
stupid.
yeah, I know. Like I saw he's in a new movie. I can't remember what it's called. I just saw a trailer for it today, and he's like playing this hitman who hires a bunch of other hitmen to kill him because he thinks he's dying, and then he finds out that he's not dying, and it's Max Keeble's big move, but he's an assassin. And and I was just watching this trailer. I'm like, Batista, you're so much better than this movie. Like, oh man, I hope they give him his due soon
I
because
mean,
he
he
was
was
so
a
good in that fucking Shyamalan movie. Even though I wasn't like the biggest fan of the movie, I thought he was great in it.
yeah, yeah. Like the man got some acting chops.
Yeah,
Once again, Dave, if you want to come on the show, we would love to have you.
fuck yeah.
I love the
We'll
love
talk about Knock at the Cabin.
exactly. Yeah. Or one of your favorite films. If it's Batman Forever, come
We'll talk about Batman Forever.
if it's Sucker Punch.
We'll talk about Sucker Punch. If he wants to talk about Sucker Punch, I'll talk about Sucker
You sound so you sound so deflated.
Punch. I got so winded by the end of that statement.
I would die. Scott, I would die laughing if you put out a video and said, you know, Yeah, dudes, I love Sucker Punch.
Dude, if Batista wants to talk about Sucker Punch, I will talk about Sucker Punch. And you know what? Here's my real feelings about Sucker Punch. I barely remember most of it. I just know that it is my least favorite Zack Snyder movie by far.
Yeah, like, yeah,
Eh,
dude, we're gonna do
It's
something.
like it's like Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole, Dawn of the Dead, and then the rest of them. And then way at the bottom is Sucker Punch.
Well, for me, it's you know,
Army of the Dead, speaking about Batista. Sorry.
nah, it's all right. But for me, it's all the way to the fucking floor. It's Oz zombies alive, and then there's a bottom layer to it where I call it just straight up hell, and right down there at the bottom is Dragon Ball Z Evolution, and there it is.
It's a solid movie. I don't know what your problem is
I
with it.
think you okay. Give me your fucking give me your fucking sequel, fucking son of a bitch.
Okay, well, this one was tough because, I mean, how do you make a sequel to a Bond movie without just pitching another Bond movie? So I couldn't really come up with a pitch. I wrote a couple things down. I wrote three things down. I wrote The Dying Night Lights, whatever the fuck that means. I wrote Just Pitch Moonraker,
You son of a bitch, I hate you.
and then I wrote Bond does a 9/11. And I don't know what to do with any of those. So I don't really have a pitch.
Wow. Okay, I hate all of those.
Me too. I don't like any of them.
I don't get two. You didn't like
I,
any
I
of them.
definitely don't want to see Bond doing 9/11.
You definitely, yeah. I don't want to see Moonraker, but you want to see it for some odd reason.
That's the one that I'm like, I could see it.
I don't
Just
want
do Moonraker again, but this time with
to.
Timothy Dalton. Honestly, it
Oh,
might be better. It might be better.
all right. Seeing that we didn't get a third film with Bond, I would call this one. There's some books where, um, there is a book, where, um, if we were to do a sequel, um, I actually would do this. Um, there's a book called License Renewed, um, where Bond is literally just, and I think this is where they got sort of No Time to Die a little bit, where Bond is just living a like he's living a normal life. I mean, he's literally got a pad. He's on the streets of England. He's living a normal life. Actually going to talk to a going to talk to a going to talk to his neighbors. Finally, going to ask her out. Trying to live a comfortable,
Wait,
cushy.
wait. Are you saying that Bond needs to work up the courage to ask a woman out?
Well, no, I mean, no, he don't have to work up the courage. He just, he's been trying to find a way to talk to her because he works a lot. He goes out. He goes out. He's not working up the courage. He just sees the girl. He's been looking at this woman for a long time, and he's like, okay, finally, I can. Finally, I got free time, so I can go talk to her and hang out and fuck her. So, but what happens during license renewed? There's one guy that want to do something, and he's the only one that can do this situation. So Bond is called back, but his license is expired. So he must get the license. He must do this off the books without the license to kill. That's the whole premise of the film. The whole premise of the book is he's doing this without not knowing the license to kill.
So he's like a rogue agent.
Yep. But
I
he's
like that.
he's
That's
working
a
on
bit like go on.
he's working under the government. He's working still with the government, but he's still his license.
But he is on a leash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That's cool. I like that. That could be an interesting Bond movie if they
yeah.
ever decided to pull it off like that.
I mean, it's still like it still starts off just like No Time to Die. He's retired. He's not
Yeah.
doing this no more. But it's more so like it's not like he's hiding. He's retired and he's literally in public. He just literally in public, enjoying his life. I actually like this because if we did this a little bit later, Dalton would have been a little bit older, and it would have been interesting to see an older Bond literally trying to see what an older Bond can do, like what an older Bond would be like, what a retired Bond would be. Like he's there, but he's still got it. You ambush him, he's gonna kill you. So that's just Bond.
That's that's always kind of been my pitch for what they should do now that Daniel Craig's gone. They should just have a couple different people playing Bond and like just do standalone Bond stories instead
Yeah,
of like sticking with one guy for several movies. Like bring in Idris Elba, do an older Bond movie like this, and then he can be done.
I agree, and that's all. But we're not getting Idris Elba because these motherfuckers Hollywood is racist, and they don't see their Bond as white. They don't see their Bond as a black Bond. Even though
Yeah,
we
it
got
seems that way. Although I think this time they'll at least act like they're looking at other actors other than white dudes.
hmm.
And ultimately, they'll probably end up choosing a fucking white guy again.
Yeah, they're probably gonna put Andrew Lincoln as Bond.
Andrew Lincoln, the guy who's in his 50s,
All
the guy who's
right,
probably
fuck
as
it.
old as Daniel Craig,
Still wonder how Carl Urban didn't get a chance to be Bond.
because Daniel Craig was Bond.
That
Daniel
is,
Craig's fucked up a lot of people's chances at being Bond.
yeah,
Because, like, most people, like, they play Bond for a couple of years and then they stop.
yeah. While we're on the
And, like,
subject, who should play Bond?
I mean, my personal pick is Dev Patel because I think he'd be awesome as Bond, but he doesn't seem interested in doing it.
No.
But did you see Monkey Man?
Uh-uh.
Monkey Man was like his directorial debut. It's like a badass action movie, kind of a John Wick, and he's great in it.
Okay. Okay. Um, fuck it.
You have someone in mind.
Henry Cavill.
He's
I know he's old,
he's old. He's also been in two different spy movies already.
but damn it, why the fuck did they put him in the Man of Uncle? Because I was like, that was his audition.
He's
He
good
was
in
an
that.
American,
He's
but
good
he's
in that
English.
movie.
But there's a scene in Man from Uncle that made me feel like, man, he could play Bond.
He could, and
He
he was
could
in the
play
running a
Bond
bunch of
very
times,
well.
but
Like
he's one of the people that Daniel Craig fucked over for
he
Bond.
did, but I feel like he could play it if we
I
can get
say
a
just do
time.
another Man from Uncle. Recast Army Hammer.
We know they're not going to do that because they won't. Because Guy Ritchie's just like Guy Ritchie only does one film. He don't do well. He does do sequels. Did
Yeah,
he?
he's done sequels.
We only did one sequel.
He also did Aladdin for Disney. I think he's open.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I just feel like Henry Cavill would be a pick I would look at because that scene in Man for Uncle where it's the beginning where he's trying to look, he's literally shooting the guy. He shot the guy and he literally looks to confirm the kill, and then you see the shadow. Like it's a perfect shot. The shadow going in, don't see his face. It's covering his face, and then you just see his eyes. It's really good. And I was like, damn it, that's Bond. That's Bond.
Mhm.
That's Bond. What the fuck? Ah, it hurt.
If we're gonna go with another white dude, I like Jamie Bell. Do you know Jamie Bell?
Jamie Bell. I heard of him. Yeah.
He was Billy Elliot when he was a kid. He was in Tintin and King Kong and Jumper with fucking Hayden Christensen. He's the only good part of Jumper. And he was the Thing in the shitty Fantastic Four.
How old
Also,
is Hayden Christensen? Oh.
he's probably in his 40s.
Let's do Hayden Christensen.
No, he's an American or a Canadian.
Josh
No.
Brolin was almost Bond.
Yeah, and that would have been fucking stupid.
he
I'm
was,
sorry. I like Josh Brolin, but that would have been stupid.
but they were casting him as Bond. He was there. He even had he was so quick. He was so far. I just want to tell everybody, Josh
Is it Josh or
Brolin,
James?
huh?
Is it Josh Brolin or James Brolin?
Josh Brolin, his father,
Thanos. No, that's James. James is the dad, the one from Westworld.
James
Yeah.
Brolin. Yeah, my bad. James
Yeah.
Brolin was this close to get. He was so close to being Bond that he was being screen test. He
Yeah,
was
that also would have been stupid.
well,
Like I know he looks like Christian Bale, but He's not British, and I don't like him.
I don't give a fuck if he's British. Just cast him. Heck, I
Bond
want to
needs to
be.
be British
No, it doesn't. I
or
want
Australian
fine then. Just get Chris
or
Hemsworth.
Irish.
Get Chris
He's got to
Hemsworth.
be. He's got to be from the UK or Australia.
Well, fuck it. Just get Chris Hemsworth.
No, he can't. He's already fucking Tyler Rake or whatever the fuck his name is from Extraction.
It is true. Well, we'll get his brother,
Liam,
William.
he's taking over for The Witcher for Henry Cavill.
Fuck. Shit, fuck. What
He's
the?
busy. Get the other Hemsworth. Get the third Hemsworth. The one
There's
that
a
looks like
third
Matt Damon.
Ellsworth. Ah,
Yeah, the
damn.
guy, he was also in Westworld. He was in the Westworld TV show. James Brolin was in the movie, and this guy was in the Westworld TV show.
Fuck, really?
It all comes around.
You know what? I
Yeah.
think it's time
He
for
looks
us
like
to
Matt Damon. He's like a squashed Hemsworth.
yeah. You know what? I think it's time for us to get a female 007.
That wouldn't be bad.
Hmm.
I think that would be cool. There's plenty of cool British actresses out there that could take a role.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we just get Angelina Jolie?
Not British.
She did Laura Croft.
Yeah, and that was stupid too.
All right, Alicia Vikander.
She'd be a better choice.
Oh shit. Yeah, Alicia Vikander as James Bond. Jane Bond. People keep screaming Michael Fassbender should be James Bond. I'm not.
He's around the same age as Daniel Craig.
What about Tom Hiddleston?
He's another person who got fucked over by Daniel Craig. His name was in the running for a while, and
Yeah.
it just Daniel Craig never gave it up.
What about Channing Tatum?
Like, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about James Bond? Or are we talking about fucking Kingsman 2?
Well, Felix Leiter.
What? If he could play Felix.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't hate that.
Yeah. Felix Leiter. Yeah. I like to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like Jeffrey Wright as Felix.
I
He
liked
was
him
always
too.
fun.
He was black. It was the first black Felix. I love it.
There wasn't one before?
Oh, there was one. I forgot. Yeah. Bernie Casey was the Felix.
Right. That's
Bernie
right.
Casey was Felix. I forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in one movie, I think.
It was Never Say Never Again. But I
Yeah.
don't always count Never Say Never Again because it was
Because it's right.
it's
yeah.
a remake of Thunderball.
But still, I think it counts.
Yeah, I'll take it. Bernie Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it counts as far as Felix.
yeah,
is
he does.
concerned.
He was in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, so he was Felix. So fuck it. He could literally he could say you could literally say he was the first black Felix Leiter. He was fully black. But yeah, I don't know who else we could like. It's hard to find because I think the world is not ready for a black Bond. I'm gonna be honest.
I think I always think that is such a silly thing. Of course,
silly.
the world's ready for a black Bond. He's Bond. Who cares? Bond's barely a character. Let's be real.
Look. We're in a world where
If you look, there's no reason that a black person, an Asian person, a Hispanic person, a fucking Indian person couldn't be a womanizing super spy. There's no reason.
Well, fuck it. Just put George Lopez as damn Bond. Let's do that.
He's not British.
It doesn't matter.
Who is that guy? Henry Golding. He's British, I think. He was in the Gentleman and I think like Crazy Rich Asians. I think he was in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'd make a good Bond.
Well, what about Ali G? Damn it.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha Baron Cohen is Bond.
Again, you're choosing like exclusively people in their 50s.
He's 50?
I would guess he's at least 50.
Huh. Damn it. Well, I'll hope there's my hope of getting all. We'll just get Mike Myers to play him so you can be happy.
But that would be terrible.
Yeah, but you'd be happy because you get your Austin Powers fucking sequel.
I got 3 Austin Powers movies. I don't need any more.
All right.
Three is more Austin Powers movies than anybody's ever asked for or needed.
Yeah, we didn't need any of that at
No,
all.
we needed three. Three is the limit.
Okay, let's get the brass tacks and we gotta go. Okay, let's say take all the bullshit away. What American would you like to see play Bond?
If I had to pick an American,
Yes.
uh, fuck. If I had to pick an American to play Bond, I would pick Ryan Gosling. Just to fuck with you.
Fucking robot. Good for you. You picked a robot.
I have to say, you're gonna be mad at me, but I saw The Fall Guy, and it was a lot of fun. I actually think you would enjoy the movie.
Fucking robot bastard piece of
He's funny in it,
shit.
man.
He's a robot though. He's a
He's
fucking
not, dude.
robot.
He's like a fun stunt man in that movie. I think you'd like it. You should check it out.
You know what? Just to piss you off, I'm going to pick somebody that was in a Fast and the Furious film, and I got two people I want to see.
Are you gonna say
One,
fucking Jack Reacher?
no, I got two of them. I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you the silly answer first. I want to see Dwayne the Rock Johnson play James Bond.
Fuck it. Sure.
I want a vodka martini shaken, not served. If you don't give it to me right, I'm gonna stick that. I'm gonna stick that. I'm gonna take that glass, turn the ass sideways, and stick it up your candy ass. You got that?
I'm sorry. You think The Rock is drinking martinis?
Nah, he's drinking a beer.
That
So
dude
you,
is drinking. That dude is drinking water. He's
well, you
drinking
like a
water.
vodka
He's
martini,
eating
sir?
bear chicken, just plain
No,
grilled
he
chicken.
drinks. No, he drinks alcohol. He does.
No, he sells alcohol.
No, he actually drinks it.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, he's a
This is a man who's in the gym 4 times a day.
yeah. He gotta tone it down, or else he gonna work himself to death.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a better pick for American Bond.
What?
McConaughey.
Yeah.
I know he's in his 50s, but
Actually,
fuck
my
it.
pick would have been Scott Eastwood.
Scott Eastwood?
Hmm
Why?
I think he looked he was great. He was good in that suit, man.
So his acting irrelevant.
Irrelevant. The
The
suit was
fact
good.
the fact that he is one of the like most boring characters in the entire Fast and the Furious franchise.
You want to know
Irrelevant.
who we're not talking about that should be Bond?
Michael B. Jordan, if we're going American.
Yes. No,
Honestly, he'd be a really good Bond if or a Bond type character.
wait, who played Batman? I forgot who played the Batman.
Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, Robert Pattinson. Why we're
He's
not
British.
talking? Yeah, we could why not talk about him? I think he should be Bond.
I think he'd be a good Bond or a perfectly fine Bond at the
Yeah,
very
because
least.
if you watch
He's
Tenet, he
I
actually
was just about to say.
yeah, if you
Yeah.
watch Tenet, that's literally him being Bond. It's really
Yeah.
cool. I mean,
It's Nolan's version of a Bond movie, like a
yeah,
time travel Bond movie.
yeah, it was really good. Except in that film, you know, John David Washington, who should be Bond, was in that film, was James Bond.
Yeah, John David Washington is a character who is barely a character in that movie. His name is protagonist, and he has no outside traits as a human being.
See, that's fucking Nolan trying to be smarter than every fucking body.
Dude,
Tell us what it means, Nolan. Tell us
no
what it
joke.
means.
No joke. I like a few months after I saw Tenet, I went back and looked at like some of my old screenplays that I wrote when I was in high school. And one of them, the character wasn't called protagonist, but it was about a guy making a movie, and that guy named his main character protagonist.
Your name is protagonist. Damn it.
Yeah. So I was making a joke about a bad director naming their main character protagonist, and then Christopher Nolan, who I think is a great director, named his character protagonist, and I was, it's flabbergasting that he
I
did that.
literally want. I just really am. I feel like I'm feel like I'm Jennifer Love Hewitt when it comes to fucking Trisha and all that. What are you waiting for? Don't you know he's fucking with us? Don't you see? Don't you see he's fucking with us? He's fucking with your mind. He don't know what he's talking about.
It's true. I didn't understand Oppenheimer at all.
What are you waiting for, Nolan? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
I don't know. I actually think that Tenet is what's happening in Tenet is less important than like how cool everything looks.
I still don't understand that damn film. I watched that movie 2 times in a row, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to enjoy it because I've seen it 3 times. I don't fully understand it.
I just know that Robert Pattinson's character dies. I guess.
Yes, but it's like a Bill and Ted rules, where it's like at the end he's like, I haven't died yet, but I gotta go make sure that I do. You know? Like make sure that after all this is done, you go back and you die.
Yeah, I have to die to do this to save the
Yeah.
day, and I'm like, that's when I'm like, I literally said, "Man, this film's fucking stupid."
No, man, it's like Casablanca. It's like this isn't the
Don't
end
you
of a
dare
beautiful
compare
friend.
this to
This is the beginning
Casablanca.
of a feudal friendship. You know, another movie that's like Casablanca, Barbed Wire, with Pamela Anderson.
We'll do barbed wire eventually.
That might be my next pick. You don't know. I get the next one.
Damn it. Speaking of which, what is your next pick?
That is a good question. Do I just pick Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull because it's right at the top of my list? But no, I don't because I just watched that.
And you don't want to
Uh,
watch it again.
Not this soon. No, eventually we'll get back to Kingdom of the Crystal Skull,
If you
and I will
pick Kingdom of
defend
the
it.
Crystal Skull, I will make painful. It will be painful because I will pick. If you do that, I will pick the Clone Wars.
What, like Star Wars: The Clone Wars, or like Star Wars: Attack of the Clones?
Star Wars Attack of the Clones.
Okay, that I can deal. I rewatched Attack of the Clones like fairly regularly. I like those
Phantom
movies.
Menace then.
Hey man, look again. I rewatched the 6 Lucas Star Wars movies fairly regularly. So you're not gonna get me upset watching Attack of the Clones. But if you made me watch the Clone Wars, I'd be like, that's something we don't need to do. But no, that's not what I'm gonna pick. Do I pick a good movie or a bad movie?
It doesn't matter.
What do
Go
you?
ahead.
No, I want you to decide. Good movie or bad movie?
You know what? Fuck. Let's do bad movie. We've been doing good movies. We did 3 good movies in a row. We need a bad one.
Okay, a bad movie. Let's do The Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the clone movie.
God damn it. I remember that film and I hated it. I still wonder what the fuck that end is about.
This movie is on both this movie list and my Is It Rotten movie list.
I'm like, what the fuck is
Because
the end of this
I
film?
have I have a very like I have a take on this movie. I think it would be like really like great if Paul Verhoeven directed it.
I'm surprised you didn't pick End of Days.
No, End of Days sucks. The Sixth Day has some fun stuff in it and like a really good cast also, but it's not good overall.
Well, also, there's another film you could have picked, and it was Sabotage.
I've never seen Sabotage.
That's the movie with Arnold
So
Schwarzenegger.
yeah, where he's a DEA agent, right?
Yeah, they literally, there's one scene in that film that's funny in Sabotage where they're just talking shit to him. It's just really bad acting. And they're talking about his weight. He said, go to the fucking, he said, fuck you and your 2.5% body fat. Fuck you guys. And he told him, go to the gym.
No, if we were gonna do one of those like post Governor Arnold movies, I'd want to do that one that he did with Johnny Knoxville that I can't remember the name of right
Was
now.
it Kill Gunter?
No, Killing Gunther was boring. He's barely in it. Um, it was right around the time of Sabotage, and I think it was like he was like a sheriff
Oh,
in like a
I know what
small
you're talking
town.
about. The Stand or something. What? I forgot
Is
what they.
it?
I know
The
what you,
Last Stand.
the
It's
last
The
thing. Yeah,
Last
yeah,
Stand.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because that has some weird stuff in it. And it's directed by like an interesting director. And yeah, but I've never seen it either, so like I wouldn't pick it yet,
Yeah.
you know? But The Sixth Day, I think it has enough weirdness in it and like interesting stuff to talk about that I think it could be fun.
I have a feeling my next pick will hold on. I gotta look at the schedule. Will I get a next pick? Because I may not get another pick after this. Let's
Well, I
see.
mean, eventually you will.
No, no, because
We're doing Beverly Hills Cop
yeah, we're doing
at some
Beverly
point,
Hills
yeah.
Cop soon.
And
So
then Twilight after
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but then after that, eventually we're gonna pick up again, I assume.
yeah. No, I'll get another pick.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna do Beverly Hills Cop. Um, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm for sure. No, I'm not going to be doing another one because the next film talk we're going to be doing like that will be in the next one will be in we'll have back to back, but that will be August. So this with this pick. This is basically after. So guys, after Scott's next episode, End of Days, we're going to be doing Beverly. We're going to be
The
doing.
Sixth Day.
We're going to be the
The
sixth
Sixth
day.
Day. Yeah. But okay, if this is gonna be the last one for a while, should we maybe do something different instead
No.
of
We're
the
we're
Sixth
like
Day?
the next. So after your episode, the next two episodes will be Beverly Hills Cop, and then not actually will go is the next two episodes will be in this order. Um, what was it? We'll be doing the Twilight series and then Beverly Hills Cop.
Right. Okay.
So basically, it
And
won't be
then
the end, but I won't get another pick. So if you want to
right.
pick something else, this will be like the last pick for the season.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Since this is like a season finale kind of, and the next two are like special episodes,
Well, I mean,
maybe
the
we should
next two are still episodes. It's just,
there, but like one's a crossover and the other one has guests,
yeah,
you know? So like this one would be like our like just me and you finale.
yeah.
So maybe we pick a different movie. We never did Alita.
Yeah, you want to do Alita?
I I love Alita. So I and we said we were gonna do it at some point.
Yeah, let's do Alita. Let's do Alita.
I'm down. Yeah, let's do Alita instead. We'll save the Sixth Day for another
Yeah,
time. We
six
could
day
also
for
do it
another.
on Is It Rotten.
Yeah. And I'll just let you know if we do the 6th day, if he did the 6th day. So the next time you'll come on here, next time we do this, we'll do the 6th day. And to counteract that and make everything well again, we'll do Commando.
Yeah, I'm down for it. We could do a twofer. We could do an Arnold twofer
Yeah,
to come back.
one bad film and one good film. Commando
Yeah,
and yeah,
Commando in the Sixth Day. Yeah.
yeah,
All right. Well, yeah, we'll figure out the details of all that. But yeah, I think that sounds
yeah.
fun. So Alita is next though.
Unless you want to do that too for next time.
It's up to you. I'm gonna leave
Do
that
a
one up to you.
twofer. Let's do it. Let's get the audience what they want. Let's get the audience on
All right. So the Sixth Day and Commando.
Commando.
All right, man. I love Commando, so I'm not mad
It
about this
takes a
at all.
country, damn it. It takes a country. Yeah, I need something good before I after I get done with the 6th day. So I need to watch something good.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. Scott, what you got to pull at me?
Find me at Chewbacca Defense on Twitter. Find me on here with Mac talking about movies on Is It Rotten and Digital Beatdown.
Yep, he's the host.
Yep.
I'm at come follow me at Tampa Buck Fan 88. Go follow us at GG Game Fixers, which at the time we're recording this right now is unprivate. Right now, you can see all our posts and everything. Everything is back to normal. Basically, all our social medias now are back to normal. So that's the good news. So make sure you come watch us, follow us, see what we're doing, and have fun with us. Um, if you're seeing this probably around this time, we have probably came back from If you have not watched, if you watch this, you probably saw us at Anime Midwest. We, well, if I'm sorry for the things that I did, and I had the I and let you know, yes, that wasn't a wig, that was real. Um, and yeah, yeah, whoever threw that sandwich at me, fuck you. Um,
You're just like you're tenanting yourself, man. You're fully calling out things that haven't happened yet.
yeah, they probably did happen. Somebody threw a meatball at me. All right,
They
so
happen if you believe it happened.
yeah,
That's all that
exactly.
matters.
It happened.
Yeah. You're manifesting it.
I am. All right, guys, that's it for this week on for that's it for this episode. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.